Hi there, Connie here. So here's a quick lesson on how to start with Twitter and how to create a Twitter account for your business and how to name it. So I'm just going to go through a slideshow really quickly, going over the basics of that, and then I'm going to do the demo of creating the Twitter account, and then I'm going to give you a few more pointers, and off you go to try it yourself. So this will be really quick. So let's start with, what is Twitter? So Twitter is meant to be a social media outlet that helps us just convey a fast and short message, something where we maybe link to other things. We might link to a website or an article or maybe our blog in that Twitter message. We can share other people's messages as well. And of course, we can interact on other people's messages. It's really meant for instant information. So one of the tools that's used on Twitter is hashtags. So once you get into using Twitter, whether you're searching for something or you're actually putting together a post of your own, try and remember to use a hashtag so that you can kind of find that keyword. So if I'm searching for something and I'm looking for, let's say kitchen cabinets, I might do hashtag kitchen cabinets or hashtag kitchen. And that will find all those posts that someone's done where they've used that hashtag. So it's just a matter of putting that hashtag or that pound symbol before a word or before a phrase. It just helps you become more searchable and helps you when you're doing your searches. Let's talk about the name. So before we set up a profile, we want to think about what our Twitter name should be. This is how you're identified on Twitter. This is what you would put on your business card if you still have one these days, or maybe you have on your website or at the end of an email message. So the first thing is keep it short. Keep it short. You really only have about 50. At this point in time, you only have 15 characters to work with as a maximum. You want it to be easy to repeat and easy to display somewhere if you needed to, or you're trying to get someone to like you or follow you on Twitter. You want to be able to tell them this easily. And so the other part of it is make it memorable. So it's either the same as your company name or it tells people what you do. And again, it should be something memorable. So if someone's saying, hey, follow me on Twitter, and they say, I'm at ABC Project Management Incorporated, and that's my Twitter name, it's too long, even though maybe that's my company name. It just becomes very long for someone to type in. There could be misspellings and all that in there. So you want to keep it short and sweet as possible so that they can easily find you, easily type it in, or even just do a search to get to it. And again, remember it. So some tricks on naming your Twitter name is that, I mean, by now there's so many people on Twitter already. Some of the names you might dream up might already be taken. So what you can do is just craft a little bit extra stuff on it. You can either put the word the in front or we are, so if it's a group of people, then we are, and then whatever the name is, or try. If you have a product that you want people to try or use, you put that word in front of the product name. If it's a company name, you might have your company and then HQ at the end. Again, I was remembering that this should not make your Twitter name really, really long, but it should make it memorable or easy to spot. So for instance, Caterpillar. Caterpillar is a company, but caterpillar is an animal or an insect, I guess. It's a creature too, right? So Caterpillar is a huge company, but the word caterpillar as a Twitter name was already taken. So they used Inc. INC at the end of their Twitter name, which is memorable. It's Caterpillar Inc. And it's probably very searchable because it would come up when people are searching for Caterpillar. All right, so just try some things out, see what comes to mind. Keep in mind, even though your company name might be short, if you're not a brand like Nike or Apple or some of the big names out there, then just because you have a short company name might not be the best name for you if it doesn't really explain to people what it is you do. So unless people are searching for you specifically, they may not find you. But if you use words to describe what your company does, that might be a better bet for you. So just some things to consider. So what we're going to do first, and I will give you this demonstration right away, but we're going to go to twitter.com. We're going to choose to sign up now, and then we're going to enter in that name that we want to use as our handle. So what that typically will become is the @ symbol, and then whatever name you pick. Okay, and then we'll put in our password and our username as well. Once we're done all that, then we're going to go in to edit our profile so that we can put a picture for our profile, and we can put a banner at the top of our Twitter page, and we can then name and describe what our business or what we're about further, including putting in all kinds of extra information, right? So we'll go through this. It's going to be like step number 2. And then once you get into Twitter, you can start following people by searching for name in the search bar at the top of Twitter, and then clicking on the follow button, which will be right underneath that person's Twitter page, so that you can follow them. And then you can go within your Twitter afterwards to look at who are you following by clicking on the following area at the top of your Twitter profile, and you'll see who all you're following. And you can actually click on any of those names or companies or people, and then see what they've posted lately. So let's go into doing this for real. So I'm gonna get out of here. All right, so we're on the Twitter website, twitter.com, and we're just going to go onto the button that says sign up. So there's one on the bottom here, at the top as well. So I'm just going to choose that, and that's where we're going to type in our Twitter name that we want. Now it does say we have 50 characters available to us. 15 is recommended, but just remember, the longer the name, the harder it is for you to repeat or have somebody else type in to find you, and the more chance of possible typos or spelling mistakes. So, short and sweet is always best. So I'm going to put in Computer Connie. Okay, and then rather than using my phone number, I'll use email. So I just clicked on that. So I get an email line here. I'm just going to paste in the email address, and then it wants to know that you're a real person, so it wants to know when you were born. You guys get to see how old I am. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Okay, so we're going to go next to that, and then close off of these things. I don't want either of those. And then next, and choose sign up. So now it's going to email me a verification code. And I see it, so I'm going to type it in, 643828. Next. And now I need a password. Okay. Next. Tell it to save it for me. And I'm going to skip all this stuff. So that's your profile picture, your description, and then whether you want to add your friends so that they can follow you. So I'll just say no for now. This is not a bad idea, what you're interested in. So are you interested in certain news, hockey, sports, all kinds of ideas here, right? So you can pick something if you want. Let's say I'm interested in world news, and then next. And now it's giving me suggestions for people to follow. So not a bad idea to at least pick one person or company to follow, so you can see how Twitter looks right away. So I'll follow CNN. And then I'll go. I don't want any notifications, so I'm going to skip that. All right, so now I'm seeing in my feed all the Twitter feeds. Right, and it does say that my name is @Computer Connie, so I did get the name I typed in. Sometimes you're going to type in a name and you're going to find it puts a number at the end of it because that name is already taken, so be careful of that. We're going to go in and make some more adjustments to our information, or see how we can go back and add in pictures and add in, change our name if we need to, or add in other details. So where it says more on the left side here, you're going to click on that, go to settings and privacy, and then the username is showing there. If you decide you don't like the name you picked, you could click and type in different names, and it also may give you some suggestions based on what you already have typed. Okay, so I could fill in my phone number here if I wanted to, change my password. Okay, so this area is allowing us to change our privacy. So it's not a bad idea to click on each of these things to see what it does say and whether you want to change some of the checked boxes and leave things unchecked or checked. But the main thing here that we're going to do is put in our login information, so we could change our passwords or change our username. So to change the actual name so that people know that what our company name is, if it's different than what the actual Twitter name is, and to give more details, we're going to go to our profile for that. So I'm going to go over to the left side here, and it says profile. And then I want to go to set up profile. And that's where I can add in the picture. Skip that. I can add in a header, which is really the big picture. So someone goes to our actual Twitter page, that's the header is what they'll see at the top. And of course, a description is what they're going to see as well. So in order to change your name, you're going to need to set up that profile first. So I put in my picture here and my banner picture up top here, and then put a short description as well. Until I do that, I can't edit this name here. So I'm going to go edit profile, and then when it says name, I can say Mission Computers. Oops. Computers. And then you can add in your location and website and so on, right? So a little bit more details, but you don't get to this page. This page is not available to you at all until you set up that profile with those pictures and the bio. So that's a little trick. That's something that's changed on Twitter in the last little while, because it used to always say edit profile, but now it says set up profile first and then edit is second. All right, so hopefully this helps you get started with your Twitter. Have fun. Bye-bye.